moving right along. Susie, would you like to lead us to that page?
I can. The more literate I am in reading what I really want, the better positioned I am to understand the law of attraction. What desires did I have 20 years ago, which are irrelevant today?
So, what desires, and it could be 10 years ago, could
Yeah,
be 5 years ago, it could be yesterday.
I don't really remember what I wanted at 14. But I guess in some way it's the same, still the same person inside. I still wanted to be loved, accepted,
So,
welcomed in my own family.
but that is still relevant today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, what desire did you have yesterday, whenever yesterday may have been, that you no longer have?
Well, the feeling that I get is that it was all things of the world, right? Like maybe I wanted a car, or maybe I remember really wanting an iPod, when iPods came out. You're like, oh, now, you know, I think still like, I mean, I don't even know where that iPod went. So like,
Got it.
it seems feeble, like feeble things, like things that now, like you're right, they're irrelevant. I don't even know where they are after I got them. Um, yeah, so things of the world, I would say.
So
Got it.
one quick question. And I'm thinking, okay, so if like for example, I see like a beautiful shirt or like I don't know, and I want it, and then the next day I see another one and I want it. And then I'm thinking like in deep thoughts that maybe it's not that I really wanted, is the satisfaction that I would feel when I had it. So then I'm not craving the shirt itself, I'm craving satisfaction, or I'm craving happiness in the moment, which then I can generate by myself, and I don't need the other thing in order to reaffirm that reality for me.
That's very good. And you're right on. So where we started today is peace is the grand prize. So, you want freedom, possibly the freedom to choose peace in each and every moment. So, but by the same token, you notice that the iPad or the red car or the stuff that you wanted at some point, that this is not relevant anymore, because what you're seeing is what you're really after, is the feeling that would come to you once that desire is fulfilled.
Yes.
Okay. So, Amanda, is there a desire you had some time back which is irrelevant today?
Sure, yeah. I mean, all kinds of trivial things that I thought that I wanted that aren't relevant anymore.
So what would be an example?
I don't know. When 20 years ago to be a ballerina or to have a pony or something like that.
Nice.
I don't that anymore.
Excellent. Isn't it interesting, though, how we change and what we desire changes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, for the longest time, I really, really, really thought I wanted fame. I was convinced of it, that that was the end all be all for me. International recognition. On top of it, I wanted it to be international, just, Thank God I don't have that desire anymore. It made me miserable. It really, I used it to make me miserable. So anyway, what about you, Michael? Any desire that you used to have that is no longer relevant?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, similar to everybody, many in the past, wanting to, one of my earliest was, I want to make money while I'm being a healer.
Yep, I can relate. So what desire do you have today? Susie, let's begin with you.
The greatest one is just to know myself better. Like genuinely, like to not BS myself anymore.
Beautiful. So desire for change.
Yeah.
Lovely. Are you willing to accept that in some years that fulfillment may not matter to you?
Yes. I think that when you embrace something and you let it become such a deep part of you, like you own it, like it's in your bones, you don't ever second guess it anymore, like it's yours. So you don't ever think about it again.
Yes.
So achieving it doesn't matter, but that would just mean it was like it's like fully in my body, like it's fully in my soul.
Lovely. Very lovely. Unique. And for now, what makes this current desire for change important?
Well, the desire to not create my own pain, if I'm being
Nice.
100% honest.
Nice. Is that your big why?
Yeah.
To stop suffering. Lovely. Amanda. So the desire you have today is for a relationship, romantic relationship, committed romantic relationship.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I guess I feel like we should pick a different one. I don't think I want that.
So
Okay.
what's the truth, beautiful angel? What's your desire today?
I want to be at the peak physical fitness level as an athlete that is possible for my body.
Ah, I join you there. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you willing to accept that in some years that fulfillment may not matter to you?
In 20 years, I probably won't really care about being an athlete, but I do think I'll still want to be at like my peak fitness. But yeah, the
Yeah.
why will change, the whole thing will change.
Exactly. Who knows what can happen in 20 years? You know, we may be discovering an alien life form which passes us through another portal, and as we pass, we are automatically in the best shape that we could dream to be.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't matter anymore. That could be one example that I could imagine where it wouldn't matter anymore. At least that's what I'm telling myself, was my current desire to be in optimal shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one scenario where I could imagine that it would not be that important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So for now, what makes your current desire important? Why is it important for you to be in tip-top shape?
There's a lot of ego desires. Like I literally just want to win. Like I want to compete and I want to win.
I love you, Amanda. I just love your honesty. That's just right on the money. Lovely.
Yeah. But the big why, it's both ego and soul desire because it's teaching me discipline. So that's the big why.
Yeah.
And teaching me to do things that are hard and that like you can keep going even though it kind of hurts sometimes.
Yep. Lovely.
Mhm.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yes.
Anna, what about you? So, desire freedom.
Actually, I wanna stop using anything to reaffirm my own unhappiness.
I love that. So, what would be one thing you use to reaffirm your own unhappiness?
Can I say freedom?
Just make it practical, darling. How are you playing slave? What are you a slave to?
Being unhappy, and then a slave to food.
Okay, so can you see how being slave to food contributes to your unhappiness?
Yeah.
Okay, so the desire you have today is to be free from your addiction to food. That creates an illusion of pleasure, but by the end of it, it really makes you miserable.
Yes, although I would I would put a question mark to the illusion because the happy hormones kick in right after you get like a good portion of chocolate.
I totally agree with you. But
Yeah.
how long does it last?
It doesn't last long, no.
Okay, versus the unhappiness of having overindulged chocolate. How long does that last?
It lasts long.
Okay.
Long,
So
and it creates guilt around it also. Besides
yeah, yeah. So what you're really feeding is the guilt.
yes.
Very good. So are you willing to accept that in some years from now, the fulfillment of no longer being a slave to food may not matter to you?
1000%.
Amen, sister. And for now, what makes your current desire important?
What I don't understand the question.
Why is it important for you to stop being a slave to food?
So I can enjoy life more and its moments, and I know how to appreciate each moment, which means like, get a good flavor of life,
Exactly. And what's your big why for wanting to get a big slice of life?
Because I feel that's what I came here to do.
Fulfilling your purpose. Okay. Lovely. Doesn't that make it clear?
Yes.
Excellent.